Hello! How is everyone doing? I'm a bit early because, you know, why not? I had nothing better to do. Once again, I kind of messed around with Twitch settings, but I still can't get it to go to 1080p for some reason. So we shall see if I can manage to figure it out for tomorrow's stream. But for today, where's my sound mixer? Because we want the Anno volume. We're playing Anno. How you doing, Matt? How you doing today? Hello, chap. So yeah, we'll be playing the campaign. I actually haven't played the campaign all the way through, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm going to play as this character. All the settings doesn't really matter. We're going to have the cute cat. And we're going to stay pink because I find when you're like one of the shades of blue or purple on the map, it sort of blends. Whilst pink or yellow stand out a lot more. Oh, good man, yourself. I'm good, thank you. Not been feeling like the best today. I think that's just due to I didn't really sleep that well last night. But I'm alright. I'm good. As you can see, I had all the DLC. That's just customizations. We are going to customize it. Actually, I'm just going to put in 1331. We're stuck on that. I'm going to customize it to be 1 easy, 1 1-star, 1 2-star, 1 3-star. Didn't sleep too well last night. Guessing marriage counselling didn't go well, huh? We were getting better. The start we had a lot of problems, a lot of fighting, and throughout the time we were getting better.
I'll probably get a terrible.
We were fighting less and working better together actually the longer we went on. So, and the fact we're only what, maybe like a third of the way through the game was quite surprising as well. Yeah, or by the way, I'm picking characters I don't normally play with. So Willie I don't normally play with because I normally play with Benti or Princess Ching. Because they're fairly nice people to play with. I'm not going to play with Lady Margaret Hunt because she is hella aggressive. Yeah, they've got great names. I don't think I've ever played with George.
My truth is the rattle of skulls on poles. Want a rattle, little baby?
We'll go with him. I don't know what he's going to be like. Each character has their own preferred style of play. So we shall see. How you doing, Lily? Lurking for now? Your internet's being annoying. Well, hi, Robble Bobble. You doing well? I'm doing okay, thank you. We're keeping all the NPCs on. Income high. We're going to turn inactive upkeep on. So basically, if I turn any factories or buildings off, they still have an upkeep. I'm going to do half construction cost refund. Building location, you have to pay coins. That's fine. Starting capital large. Revealed map off. So yeah, there is a bit of a story to this because we're on the campaign. Otherwise, I'd normally play in sandbox mode. Yeah, hope you're doing well, Lily. and I hope your internet gets better. Also, I figured out, because yesterday I was having the issue of when someone followed, the follower name or subscriber name would go out the box, so I think I've sorted the settings out for that, where it's the box is now limited. Matt, is your stream 1080p or is it 720?
Since that day you saved my life, I have presumed I knew you. But now, 1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribbled from your sister changes everything? I didn't even know you had a sister. We are broke, old pal. We can't afford a passage back to your old world.
No, when you stream yourself, do you stream at 1080? Because I know mine at the moment is max at 720. Annoyingly.
You're serious? Well, the village north.
I might have to pick your brain of settings.
Remember when we escaped the pits back when?
Just look how beautiful this game is.
Still some dynamite. Here it is. Just get plenty of distance on the long sea journey. Won't make me give up my vow to stick by you. I owe my life. You go.
It's a bit of a weird start to the campaign.
You couldn't hit a cow's ass with a sitar.
Where's the boat going?
All the blistered fish they could ever want.
There we go.
You're just destroying coral, you clown.
I just need to figure out what settings I'm missing to get it up there, because from all the guides online, like my bitrate is over the top of what I would need. There's got to be just some sort of setting I'm missing.
That bird! Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters. The boat is leaving soon, and nobody wants you to miss it.
We will be coming back to the new world eventually.
So, this is it.
I do have it set as 920 times 1080.
You never talked much about finding the
I
light.
just don't
But you're dead serious about
understand.
it. No matter. I made a vow to defend you. And I don't break an oath.
I'll play again
Even if
with the
a
settings
blind
tomorrow.
man see you leap into the deepest pit of dung.
It's weird. Because I'm pretty sure when I was messing around with it Monday, I set it to that setting.
Not when you stole away a tiptoe, leaving the family burden at your little sister's door. Our father is accused of high treason. Dare you to believe it? Will you now stand by, knowing gentle father is indungeoned? It must kill him. Please come home. We need you.
Yeah, I'll probably try and go through the settings again myself tomorrow, looking at like the guides. Because I was tinkering around with a lot of it again today.
Is it really you, dearest sibling?
But I reckon there's just
I never
one
dared
setting that
hope
I've
you'd
not
return.
done.
Do you remember Bright Sands? Of course you do. We loved it here. It's changed now. The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father barely cold, and he's pulling everything down.
Look, our island's going to be a lot nicer than this.
Houses. You never said how wealthy you were. Why were we selling fish and sleeping in barns?
Never told your friend of Good and Sons? There is much to be
The
said.
way I like playing
Not
this
now.
game is
Dear
at the
father's
start
own
you can't
forgiveness.
really design for it to be the city to look good, because your money's limited and what you can do is limited. Once you've got everything settled sort of mid-game, you can start redesigning everything.
Without you brats, we'll never be done with this obligation.
Looks like Death claimed the wrong brother.
No matter so few are here, when they are the few he loved most.
Nobody likes a traitor, let alone his tainted offspring. Better make yourself scarce.
We shall, dear sibling, for now. I have acquired a small island with the last of my funds, and passage for all still loyal to father. Together, we shall clear his name, or die trying.
Your sister reminds me of you. Must mean new adventures await, old pal.
This is it. Ditchwater. End of the world. I hope you like it quiet.
We're going to leave the name as Ditchwater as well, for the time being. Chapter 1, A Tale of Two Brothers. Right, the great thing about this game is you can have a day cycle on.
Establishing a rival company on that disheveled island?
This
Let
island...
Uncle Edvard scoff. A modest island, yes, but if you're at all like father, you'll look beyond appearances.
I'm pretty sure you'll want us to clear...
Loyal people who have shown solidarity with our family.
The problem with this
every hand
is...
we can get if we are to expunge this debris.
I want to get rid of all this debris. We'll always do things in blueprint first. Where do I settle first? I'm going to settle over here. Always start from the edge of the cliffs. I like how it seems there's a proper story with the camp. Yes, yeah, there's a full-on story. I tend not to play the story because later on you'll see how slow it goes. Because when you want, at a certain point you'll want the iron, and it's quite slow to get past this rubble point. So it does sort of, the campaign slows you down quite a bit in a way. But yeah, it's a good thing they did put a campaign in. I'm gonna move you there. Oh shit, I forgot that it takes my money when I move stuff. So yeah, I normally build from the rocks or from like the coastline out, because it's easier to map everything out. Everything needs a road. No, didn't want that. And we will need some basic wood coming in.
Timber, very good. I'll try not to think of the coffin.
Do you remain here out of spite? Or is this some futile attempt at competition?
It is a futile attempt at competition, I'll give you that.
So desperate to appear responsible, you'll be pleased to hear the cost of that fantastical funeral falls to you.
I can't remove that.
Miserly, uncharitable dastard! picking and choosing what he inherits.
You reached a new milestone.
Yeah, there's... This is also why I don't play the campaign much, because there's a lot of people interrupting you talking that. But the good thing is you get a lot of free resources by getting rid of ruins. Don't you worry, we'll kill the brat eventually. Where is he? He's over there. Look at this dickhead. Look how ugly this area is. Alright, back to our beautiful island. Oh, I didn't give this one a road. Or this one, apparently. Luckily they tell you when they don't have a road. Where's my free resources? Okay, good. We get to get rid of that one.
Father wouldn't have wanted us to sit on our hands while our one prospect was in such a state. So
Shit.
let's gather our townsfolk and ask them to spruce the place up.
The higher the population, the more you unlock.
Slaughter, Edvard Prince and Bright Sands.
Samuel's child, is it? Thank heavens. I am
Mr.
so
Edvard Goad speaks of
ashamed
bold new
every
era.
single word your uncle had me print.
He twists every article in his favour at our and father's expense.
This just needs to be moved over one.
Mourning is eased. Now we have others for company, sibling. It's been a hard day of labour for us all. We should cater to our tired, hungry people.
We will be in negative for quite a while. That is just something that's going to happen. I'm just trying to think of the layout of the city.
You reached a new milestone.
Cleared this one. We're a village now, and the responsibilities of a village means like you get snaps and work clothes. Because at the moment, apparently, they're all just
Helping out
naked.
to demolish the larger ruins. Let's breathe some life into this place.
I can't get rid of that yet.
Long, hard day. The people need to rest and maybe wet their whistles.
We're gonna have a small industrial zone over here because I don't like it too close to the city or town at the moment as we are. Alright, the idea is all of these buildings have a time that it takes to produce 1 ton. At the moment it's fairly easy. For every 1 potato farm we'd need 1 Snaps distillery. The same for wool and the work clothes building. This all has to be connected. Oh, that's annoying. Apparently they're all miserable because I haven't given them a pub. Also, you can see sort of the outline. They won't get good reach here. And just in case there's a fire, that should be fine. I'm leaving this gap because I know what comes later on. So I'm preparing for it. How you doing, Miss Squeak? How you doing? obviously our farms need their fields. I like to try and keep everything, because they always have a front-facing part of their building. Just small details. So that gap's going to be left for a silo, which will help the production. Oh, we need more people. It's a juggling act. We have... It's fairly simple at the start. You got your first vaccine today? Well done. Nice. I'm one of the probably unlucky few that because of my age, I'm going to be probably one of the last lot to get it. But that's fine, as long as everyone else is getting theirs at the moment. You're a little sleepy, but so far doing okay. Nice. You were playing Anno 2070 for the first time yesterday. How was that? I've only played Anno 1800. I've thought about going for, is it 1404? Because Anno have a thing about all their titles have to be 9. Yeah, well they were saying we were aiming for ours in the summer, but with the fact that there's delays of vaccines getting into the country and then everyone's getting their second dose, whether we actually when we will get ours is a different matter. So this is a godsend screen. This shows, the green bar shows how much we're producing. The blue bar is how much we're consuming. So as long as the green bar's bigger than the blue bar, we're fine. If not, we know we've got to produce more. Hopefully by then the majority of the population is vaccinated. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The fact we're opening our country back up, I think it's like all over 50s have been offered their vaccination, and now it's everyone over the age of 45 is being offered or getting offered. It's interesting because it has co-op, but kind of slow. While here in the US, they allow pretty much anyone over 16 to get it now. Okay. We're still very much of a... You've got to be a certain age or medical conditions still. What have we got to do? Okay, that's ticking now.
Gorgeous.
Right, so as you can see, the farmers have...
Feels an eternity since the funeral. And the cost! Oh, why, it was extortionate.
Shut up, Edvard. Right, so every villager or type of villager has basic needs,
Sick to the stomach.
market, fish and clothes,
So much of us so soon after father's death.
and then happiness needs. So schnapps and a pub. They don't need this, but if they're not happy, they could write.
But for better or for worse.
Have 4 snaps in storage. We've got 1, but that'll just build up in time. I want to get rid of these.
Your people are recovered and desirous to proceed. Set them to it. We're going to need as much space as we can clear.
But yeah, I'm trying to get Matt, Mr. Rothi in chat to buy this game. And then hopefully the Skyline Superman will get this one, and then we can play co-op, because I've not played this game co-op, but I think it could be fun. Because I think the game would go a lot slower, but it'd be fun to actually work with other people. I'm not going to pick those up just yet, because our storage is 75.
Fancy making hay while the sun shines.
Speak to our humble
Alright, so there's
cousin.
some wild
He
animals
writes
somewhere.
of a worker riot in Bright Sands.
I'm trying to find some wild
Seems
animals.
We're not alone in our contempt for Edvard.
Look. Guys. Mate, I'm down for it. It's George you got to convince you, I know, right? What more do you want from a game? Look, there's a wolf walking along the town.
Keen as a three-legged goat.
And for finding a wolf, I got 20 fish. Look. This game is amazing. You can go down and walk with the villagers. Look, there's a cat.
Over here, I have what everybody dreams of. 7 league boots. And if you gather all the rocks leading to my home, you can have them.
Like, what game allows you to walk around like this? Right, the problem is I've not got this game windowed, so my mouse is actually coming off the screen every so often. These are like mini Easter eggs in this game. I will finish this one, but we won't go into this mode very often. There you go, one more rock. I just need to go find the person that gave us the quest. But this is our town. This is our village. How you doing, Freya?
As good as hop on my thumb. Here you go. You'll be the fastest alive.
We've got the running boots, which is amazing. Alright. Find your cousin leading a mob in the vicinity of Edvard's exhibition. There, look.
We'd rather die than stay.
Alright, we gotta find rioting
Still
mobs.
wait for Samuel. Let Edvard oppress us no more.
I can hear the mob. There. There. At night time you really can't see, so I will just skip time. Come on, they've got to be more right somewhere.
Ready
I can
to
hear it.
repay my charity?
Give me a second, dude.
A life away from Edvard, we're on board. Only we've no shit to get on board of.
Doing okay, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Matt, why are we
I have
yelling?
my boat. It's my poor aunt's legacy. Her second husband was a decent sailor.
So these lot are going with us.
To meet our patron is utterly humbling. If there is anything I can do...
Ready to repay my...
Quiet down,
Everybody
Edvard.
on board? Good.
What? Has your cleft of the family no shame that
I
it now
don't
resorts
know.
to abducting my workers? The Queen's ambassador himself shall hear of this.
It's not... I don't think it's kidnapping if they willingly left.
Abduction.
So Archibald
Is a severe
Blake
accusation.
is one of the
If I may
neutral
excuse
NPCs.
me, a false one. We left Edvard quite willingly.
He works for the Queen, not this dude. This
I
dude's a
should have been
dick.
rid of you long ago.
I see nothing criminal.
This dude works for the
A
Queen.
bit of interfamilial bickering is only natural, and hardly a matter for the crown. And as for you, I have quite forgotten my manners. Sir Archibald Blake,
That's where he lives.
ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances, Her Majesty and I were pleased to hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
The real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid, while this brat is living the life of O'Reilly.
Wow.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
So you just pinned the debt on us.
That old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edvard. For your hospitality, please use my ship howsoever you may wish.
So this is going to be our flagship. First things first, we're going to queue it up.
As to the debt, my hands are tied.
Just to circle the whole
It
map.
may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
We're full up. Dude,
Ready.
I'm ready to pay.
Maybe Edvard will
Okay,
try
we're
to
not
prevent
ready to
us
pay.
owning a shipyard. But for now, let's at least house those workers.
What if I'm not ready to house workers?
When will you show your family some
Can I pay you
gratitude?
now so you can leave me?
You will not spoil my plans with your tardiness. Ready to repay.
Thank you.
Don't think you're finished, brat.
As you can see, I don't like it being like blocks. I like some sort of
Tell me you've managed something.
offset in the planning of the city. We'll give him full workloads.
Black sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 4 bags full.
This dude's like a poet.
Is there no limit to Uncle's shameless demands?
We're just gonna be mad and just upgrade them all. And we just need to up the snaps. We'll just do this quickly. Perfect. And then we can have our first look at a worker residence.
A new milestone.
As you can tell, there's a big sort of difference between the two. And they want us to get rid of that. And with the worker district,
Workers
we can get
handle
rid
stubborn
of...
debris on ditchwater. If it's to be the centre of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
these sort of buildings now.
Honest work, that's all we ask.
So I am scouring around just to get rid of any more debris.
Our dream of a shipyard is impossible without plenty of qualified hands.
We now have a whole new list of things. I'm just keying up buildings I'd like to have. We will up our wood production.
We're taking every...
Eventually, we probably won't have any sort of production on our main island. Which we probably won't use this as it, because it's got a very nice, like, resources. This might be a nice one to make as our main island. Is this like Civ? Yes and no. Yes, in the way of you control your own empire or business, but you don't really advance in like any technology. You're stuck in the 1800s. You go from sailing ships to steam engine ships. That's the biggest advancement in technology, sort of thing. It's more of a city builder than an empire sort of builder like Civ is. But it's a lot more complicated with needs and happiness. So it's a very managing. But yeah, I might... What I might do is, when I can, I'll colonise onto this island. And then the idea is... This island here that we've got already, we might just put a harbour here, and we'll ship everything we need on this island from the other one. That way there's not going to be like any pollution or disgusting stuff on the main island. Because you do have an attractiveness level. And at the moment we've got ruins still. Which I don't know where it is. There. And yes, I've got loads of resources just lying around. Yes, you can play it in the moment. I kind of like thinking ahead. So at the moment my ship's just off scouting the map. I like to try, later on in game you can get commuter piers where all your residents, like on this island, can go work on a separate island. So my whole thought process is one island is literally just going to be a massive city, and everything else provides that city with everything. But that's a lot later on in the game.
Our editorial section is sure to grow along with your city. We are fine-tuning the first issue as we speak.
So there is a lot of pre-planning
With several
involved.
passionate young reporters enlisted, our publishing house is already well underway.
You have father's fortitude. These people will follow you as they once followed him.
That's annoying.
You reached a new milestone.
I'm still leaving gaps for silos for certain buildings. I need some quick resources.
Your worthless rags have barely covered anything. Now, bring me sails. It's not like you have
Fish is fine. Snaps is fine. We're not producing these yet,
Clearly,
so they're
Uncle's
fine.
intention is to keep us from ever owning a shipyard.
So it's 30 seconds, 30 seconds. I will put this over here as well. But where do I want to put it? I'll put that there. And then that's enough space for a silo. And that should just feed straight into there. The idea is the production buildings feed into each other so they don't clog up the warehouses too much. So you can see this one feeds straight into there. This one goes straight into there, and then these two will go into the warehouse. We can't get that yet. And we can't get guns yet. Workers are a lot more difficult. They need the basic and happiness needs of the farmers, but then they'll want sausages, bread, soap, a school as a minimum, and then if we want to keep them happy, we'll give them a church and some beer. But the workers still don't need, the farmers don't need everything the workers do. So it does get a lot more complicated. Yeah, the placement of stuff is important. For the town itself, it's very important to have, like, let me change it to nighttime. You can see it better. You can see the reach. So if I just put a random road out, you can see how it sort of starts to change.
Royalists. We dump you full of fish.
Give me a second.
Poor Anne's father was executed.
Where the
by
hell is the
Mad
pirate
King,
cove there?
and now she is mad herself.
I do not want them to destroy my ship straight away. So yeah, you can sort of see the further out. Okay, our city's on fire as well. That's fine. It sort of changes colour, so it still reaches there. It wouldn't get a perfect score. But yeah, production buildings. Later on, we might switch it up from them feeding into each other, because we can get a trade union that can bolster certain production. So if we get people that bolster just, let's say, sailmakers, we would put all the sailmakers inside the trade union, and we probably wouldn't put anything else inside. So later on, the tactics of how you place things might change, but it does help if you try and lead them into each other. Full disclaimer though, I am not the best at this game. I don't know everything. Early game, I can do fairly well. Late game, it gets a lot more complicated. We've just met the Emporium whatever that word is, Madame Kahina. She sells a lot of cool items that we'll probably end up using. Calamity Cove, this is Anne Harlow. She's the pirate in this area. In this playthrough, we will befriend her and get trade rights with her, because it's easier to befriend the pirates than it is to destroy them, because when you kill the pirates, eventually they'll come back, so you can't kill them off forever.
Where are my sails?
Looks like we made all the sails.
Will lift the cloud.
I'm gonna...
Haven't seen a prison transport of mine.
I just queued up the ship to
Be sure to return any salvage to me.
go around the whole island, go around the whole map. I'm doing the fog of war, but we'll go do his quest. I was going to map out a worker district area. That's zinc, so that won't come up for a long time. What I like doing is having the farmers in their own small section, the workers in their own small section, the artisans are next, they'll go in their own small section. It's just because they all have different buildings that they require. Zinc is like engineer, so we will tackle that when that comes. Actually no, I'm going to move it. The workers can have their section over here. I really don't like how the road turned out. Later on, when like money's not an issue, when we've got like thousands coming in, we can be nitpicky. Need a market, and we'll have a pub here. We do need a school, which we can't find yet. So I will just leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty sure it's a bit of a bigger space than it needs, but we've planned for the school. And I will do what everyone doesn't like and deforest the whole area, because it's easier to map out. So I will try and map out roughly how big I want, how many workers I want. before building them. That's going to be an awkward... There we go. Hopefully once I've done this, there'll definitely be... Everyone should have a road going to them. At the start, the road, like some of these, the marketplace and pub won't reach everyone, but they'll get paved roads. Which means that the reach of these go further. Also, Geo, if you're still here, congrats on the no death playthrough of Kingdom Hearts. Like, when I played that game, I found it a nightmare to try and not die. So you did really well. I'm not sure how long it will take me to eventually play through that game again.
Saved. Do you also then save us from a grievous injustice?
Look at our pink ship.
Edward's charges against us are pure fabrication. The man is an imposter.
A letter. It bears Edvard's seal.
Look at our ship.
Don't even think about
Do we read the
shepherding
letter?
Samuel's co-conspirators. Deliver them to prison at once, and I might lift your debt.
After the game ended, it said undefeated, and I was like, wait, what? At the very last screen where it says the end and shows your stats, it crashed, so it didn't save. No!
However much we despise Uncle Edvard, it's criminal to go opening his private correspondence.
I'd feel so defeated if it crashed on me. So did you still get the achievement, or did that get taken away as well? Because normally once you have it, it doesn't sort of go away. So we have two options. We either take the prisoners back to the prison where Eli Bleakworth is, or we read the letter. You did get the achievement. I wouldn't want to fight Ansem again. I'm fairly nosy, so we're going to read the letter. Dear Governor Bleakworth, more of the traitor Samuel's conspirators. Crimes and sentences as follows. Ernest Sterling, use of foul language, 16 years hard labour. I think that's a bit harsh. Variety Goodhart, impersonation, transportation to the Antipodes. Elias Noble, writing a threatening letter, life imprisonment. That's a bit harsh as well. Honora Descent, whatever. Character assassination, life imprisonment. The judge saw very well my view that any lack of proof that they conspired with the traitor was in itself evidence that they were hiding something. I'm not sure that's how it works. All things considered, his verdict could have been far worse. While I'm under no obligation to explain such details, I thought that as a fellow dispenser of justice, the fact of the case may be of interest to you.
It cannot be. These names are those father trusted most. Barristers, doctors, academics.
So yeah, apparently the use of foul language
I am
got someone 16
astonished
years
he
hard
could be this
labour.
corrupt. We must put their cases before the highest authority and hope for a retrial.
This is going to be our worker district. Our farmer district will really span a bit further.
He knows how to silence his critics.
Alright, we will bring the prisoners to good old Sir Archibald. Just quickly we'll map up some roads.
What is it you are bringing?
We are bringing you some people.
Really? Oh dear. Best leave these poor people with me. I will tell Edvard that the debt between you is quite settled.
That was none of your business.
Uh,
And what right has the Crown to meddle in my accounts? What right?
what's
We
our
are all of us quite moved. by
potato
your selfless
green,
actions. Your
red
father
pepper,
will be
and
proud.
nitro? So we're going to need hops
I
and
am
fur.
so relieved our legitimacy is no longer in question.
See, we do need the island. What I'm going to do
Hurry.
is,
I already smell the tar. See, the masts are swaying.
because
from
it's going to be a
Father's
while
study.
before we can actually get steel ourselves.
I can finally let go
Um,
of pent-up gas.
I'm just going to buy what's required for a trading post.
Flourishing.
And we're going to settle on that island now. Just save it as our own. We will clean up roads and everything a lot later on. We're just missing bricks for that, but we've not set up any brick factories. They're all across here. Oh, to be fair, we get free bricks.
Our city's historic first shipyard. We must document this moment in our first edition.
The one nitpicky thing I have of this game is when you've got stuff down in blueprint mode, when you take photos for quests, the blueprints show up.
A perfect snapshot to illustrate history.
It's just a bit of an odd little thing that I think they could sort of change, but that was chapter 1, guys. Chapter 2 is a sign of fire. By design, mate.
So you
I know,
build
right?
ships like your father. Well, the Queen is in the direst need of ships. Supporting her will go some way to healing the wounds of the past.
The Queen can wait.
A commission for the royal fleet, and in such quantity. A rare honour indeed.
I am leaving gaps so we can
The
put
weaponry they ask for
trees.
presents a problem. I'm not even sure we have an iron load, do we?
So yeah, all these sort of gaps, we'll put like trees and bushes and stuff to make the town look a bit nicer. So yeah,
You see, the
we
iron
can't
is
get to the
beyond our
iron yet.
reach. We have no choice but to find a way through the mountain.
But I cheated to get steel.
Sticks of dynamite. We can blow our way through.
Let's unlock the rest of the map. We're not ready to blow our way through yet. We're gonna set up our first brick mine, or clay deposit, sorry, and then brick factories. So this is where it starts getting more complicated, where clay pits take 30 seconds, brick factories take a minute. So maths means one clay pit can feed into 2 brick factories, no problem. And as long as you... That should have built. As long as the brick factories are before the warehouse, they will feed straight into the brick factories. Right, it wants us to click on this.
Perhaps not refined enough for your sister, but at least your workers can start their dig.
I know that they need a warehouse close by. The first phase, they need 1 minute 40. They need 20 farmer workforce. They need 25 timber and 25 bricks. So they will slowly just take out what we have. And we're now starting to produce bricks.
What are you both doing? Demolition is a serious matter wanting proper expertise. Father used Mr. Ticker on account of his good sense. Go on. I suggest you find him in Bright Sands.
Alright, we've got to go find someone in Bright Sands. Demolition expert. Where's the star? So as you can see on the map, there is a star, which kind of points out roughly where I should be looking. That's not it.
Keep out.
There we go.
After the picket protests, many fine men left Bright Sands to join you. Then Edvard struck back. He imprisoned all who were close to your father, including my beloved Thomas. My husband and the others were deported to Wormway's prison, and I've heard nothing from him ever since. If you do find him unharmed, prithee tell him his wife yearns for his return.
We are nearing the place your father died. Whatever happens, stay calm.
So there you are, the traitor's children.
As much as Eli's a bit of a
How
dick,
dare you?
he'll become our best
Spare
friend
me
later,
nauseating drivel.
because we'll be paying for a lot of
Please,
people.
Peachy Island in the New World to some rebel upstarts. Ha! Traitor is too generous a word.
Father would never have. He was the Queen's stalwart, a member of the Royal Council.
He hung himself in one of my cells. I'd call that a rather conclusive admission of guilt.
We did not come here to be insulted. We came to strike a bargain. The demolition man, Thomas. We want him.
Oh, I vaguely remember him. Stubborn, with a loose mouth, just as innocent as all the others. He is small fry. A bail has been set. Pay every penny of his money, and I will place him immediately at your disposal.
So we just got to pay his bail. I think we got to find him
I can't
first.
think why he'd be worth anything. Everyone here is beyond redemption.
He's what? Are you him?
I'd do anything to dodge Mr. Bleakworth's treadmill, but no, I'm not your expert.
Are you my expert? No.
I'm not going to tell you your father wasn't a traitor. The way Mr. Bleakworth treats us, I don't play demolition. I could demolish a proper breakfast. I was made to scrub Mr. Bleakworth's scabby back once.
Traitor or not, Samuel wouldn't have wanted...
Forget escape.
That's him. Okay, let's
Goods engineer. Aye, that's
get our ship over to here.
That's the least I'm due for my suffering. He is ready for transportation.
Oh wait, did they provide a ship?
Keep an eye to the horizon for miscreants.
I think they send the ship over to my island. Hopefully to the correct island. Oh, I need to do... I forgot. I need to put a fire station somewhere. That will reach majority of it. And we'll just put one in here. At the moment, this is just sucking up all our resources. I'm just pre-planning for another lot of brick factories. I'm not sure whether we'll actually do this one over here.
Oh, he's here. Try to make a good first impression, eldest. Any friend of father is a friend of ours.
Oh, I'm a commodity now, to be bought and sold. Your father treated me like a human being.
We just paid your bail, mate.
I don't know what you're trying to achieve here, but it won't bring Samuel back.
We just paid his bail and he's moaning like crazy ass. We probably should set up
Mining for you, mining for Eli. What's the difference?
pigs. So this is a easy 1-to-1 scenario. But later on, we can add a silo to it. So there is a gap for it.
If that's what you're set on.
So at the moment,
Production has stopped.
that's fine. It's probably stopped because of the bricks. It's a 1-to-1, but with a silo that becomes a pig every 30 seconds. So one of these with a silo can feed 2 slaughterhouses. And we are stalled again because of this. It's not going to be taking any more wood or timber from us though.
Nouveaux arrivees like wise old Wibbly, eh?
Oh, we found good old Wibbly.
Good.
Where's Mr. Wibbly at?
Willy Wibblesock's great ability is to break even the most joyful silence.
This is Mr. Wibbly's island. I don't know how Wibbly likes to play, because like I said earlier, they all have their different styles. I have a feeling he doesn't like propaganda being used. And because he's easy, an easy character to play against, I think he asks to settle on islands as well. We're just really slow on bricks. So we will start getting our worker population up.
Boredom turns you onto the bad stuff.
I will be downgrading all of these and eventually just upgrading them over here. Or I could move them. But moving them is hassle. Bread is a bit more of an odd one. Where do I want to settle bread? I'll put it over here. Bread, you need 2 grain farms to 1 flour mill to 2 bakeries. So like the front doors of the bakeries are to the road. Just small details. Flour mill. And then grain farms need their fields. And I'm just going to stretch it around the corner. This is where it gets a lot more complicated, because you've got to try and design the field so they don't get blocked in, and they don't disrupt anything. Where did I just click? We're still waiting for bricks. We'll get the wheat going, but these require bricks. Oh. We just need 2 more timber to get the warehouse up. Once we get bread will give us another 3 workers and 4 coins per household. And the sausages will give the same. So you spend money to make money.
What brings you here, Master?
But I do need a lot more population of both.
A competitor raised a settlement.
I can't see that yet. Be alright. No worries, Joe. You do you. I do want the zinc mine activated eventually, so I'm gonna leave like a small gap here.
Production has stopped.
Yeah, I don't care about the production. This is going to be the edge of town. And then we'll expand out. This way a bit. Got to make sure roads reach everything.
Type to think all people bad. So let's just wait and see how you go.
Right, I've not played with George Smith at all.
Mr. Smith seems to have done everything, anything one can think of.
So where's Mr. Smith at? He's down here. See, he's already got his church up, he's got some workers. I have a feeling from what I know about Mr. Smith, he doesn't like mines or mining. Did I miss something? Missed what? What, this corner over here? Oh, sometimes it just jumps around. Is there any house not touched? I was about to say they're not built yet, so it's not too bad. So he's got furnaces and that. Okay, he does have mines. I'm sure there was something about his character where he doesn't like something.
Let me smell your skin. Don't worry, I don't bite. I know.
He's a bit creepy, actually. I've not played with this guy before either, and his island's here. So that's his industrial sort of zone, and he's got a lot of fire going on. We're still lacking bricks. I'm not worried about the reach yet because I will pave these roads, so the reach will get bigger. And we will... We won't go all the way down. No. Look, roads are really annoying to place sometimes. I like doing these small gaps. Or like loops. So that you can put like trees or plants or anything in there. And just make the city look that little nicer.
A competitor raised a settlement.
And that one's covered by this road, so that's fine. And we will need another fire brigade somewhere. I might move this house over one, just to have a road here. It's nice to have, in my opinion, it's nice to have more than one fire station in a sort of a big town. Just so fires get put out quicker and do less damage. So we will be going crazy and just upgrading as much as possible, and then we'll deal with the consequences. Yeah, one at either end makes sense. And then you also have to... Some production buildings, they can catch on fire or explode. We'll finish the phase. This just needs wool and 100 workers. We don't have the workers yet, so that'll be put on hold. And we can't build ships because we're using all our timber. Which we could increase a bit. Alright, I want this at 100. So, and because the road takes up space, so this should just feed straight into the sawmill now. It'll take a second for it to figure itself out. We'll start upgrading some over here as well. What I will do actually is I will move what workers we do have into my worker zone. It's costing money. It'll be worth it though. You can turn off settings such as like movement takes money. But I should have thought ahead. And then we'll just replace what was left with blueprinted houses. And then we'll go crazy again. Every time we can. So just quickly looking at that, fish is the only thing we needed. But we will need to do snaps and workloads again, and probably fish again soon. And if you plan on playing this game, you've got to know that early on, making money is tough. Look how I've done the map as well.
Look in my eyes. Punctual, please. I do have a pocket
So
watch.
doing quests for people is the best way to make money early on. Late game, I kind of ignore the quests because they just take. Sometimes you accept them and then just you forget them. Yeah, money is a big issue because there's once you get there's certain different quests. So at the moment I'm just doing an escort quest. So I'll be sending a military ship, which is the only one I've got, flagship, to escort another ship. So that's the most likely one that's going to come across a fight. There's a destruction quest where you've got to destroy a ship. The easiest quests to do are photo quests, construction quests, where you've got to build something specific. The next ones are delivery. So they will either be an NPC wants, for example, 4 tons of work clothes, and you've got to take it from your island to theirs. Or the easier delivery quests are you've got to pick up something from someone and deliver it to someone else. So you don't actually have to provide anything except for the ship. So they are quite... It is the best way of making money early on. So making sure you already have a quest active, if there is one on the map. Sir Archibald, Eli has one, the Star.
What I wouldn't give. You're getting off lightly.
And they are time sensitive. So what I will do is actually, I will have my ship go there, and then it will come down to escort. And does Madam? Okay, she does not have a quest. But those 3 NPCs will have quests, as well as the other sort of businesses will have quests every so often as well. I think it's fine to fail a quest if it's from the neutral NPCs. But if you fail any of that, for example, if I fail Alonso's quest, he will think less of me. And the worse your relationship with him becomes, the more likely he's going to declare war. I think he's a very much of a... he's a soldier of the Empire, so he's more likely to be an aggressive sort of person. George's death. I'm not sure how he plays, so it all depends on how much he likes me. This one is very easy to please, shall I say. We can get our first slaughterhouse, but the problem with slaughterhouses is they don't make our island look very nice. We are at a loss for workers, for jobs. Work clothes is the only thing we've got an issue. Oh no, work clothes and schnapps. Eventually we'll get on top of everything. I'll put that there. And farms can't go across roads, so roads do interrupt farmland. Once we get silos, we'll actually probably delete a couple of the sheep farms, because we won't need them. See, that's predicted or potential amount that you'll produce. So I know once everything gets running, it will go up to 6 tons per minute on both of them. How you doing, George? But yeah, I'm assuming as if we play this co-op, George, hint hint, you've got to get it. We can support we wouldn't be playing against each other. We'd probably support each other more, or you lot might lean on me more because I know kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, there is a lot of in-depth stuff about this. You can play it with the way I used to play it was I used to play it by eye. I only found out this statistic screen from watching another YouTuber, Republic of Play. Go check him out. So I've got a lot of hints and tricks and tips from watching his playthrough that he's still doing. But I used to play off eye. You see the green arrow there. You can see that's increasing by 1. I don't know why I just pointed at the screen. Or it's stable of 0.
Come on, what if there's mermen out?
My ship will just auto escort him. I don't know where we're going, but
I've no complaints.
so we've just got 15 workers, and we'll get more because sausages are coming in. Can I start bread production? We can start some. In this screen you can also see construction goods. It doesn't matter there. How much wood we're using, how much clay, so raw materials, agricultural goods. We're going to be getting a surplus of wool and pigs because we're not using it all. And flour, we're hardly using any. Yeah, what have you got for food? It's in your food Discord channel if anyone's interested. Where's Discord for me? Where's Discord? See, the thing is, I had to mute the food channel. I think we've got a fire.
Ship under attack.
Oh no, ship's under attack. The ship will just auto fire. Luckily the pirates are helping. Maybe. Actually, I think the pirates are hitting us. Yeah, we need to get out of range of the pirates. Wait, have we just gone back in range? Let's see if they'll do a ceasefire quick.
You'll have to vie for
I will pay that.
Why, it was nothing at all.
Because our ship is nearly dead.
Ship under attack.
Turn around. There we go. Our ship will slowly repair. It's fine, guys. How have we got less? Oh, that's because we started the bakery.
Simply go to press.
Yeah, what I was saying was I muted your food channel because Lily. I don't blame Lily. What she posted, food channel is amazing. It's just that you'd get notification time after time just of the food channel was like, "You're making me hungry. I can't have this constantly."
Really, entirely marvelous to meet you.
Another small thing that affects your whole gameplay is this bloody newspaper. Obviously, green is very positive. So if we publish this how it is, happiness and light,
Workforce shortage.
we'll get minus 50% chance of riots, a reprieve from the violence because I've done a ceasefire. We'll get minus 25% chance, and we settled our first island. Plus 5 happiness, and that affects everything. We can use propaganda for influence, so I can just put some random rubbish in. So if this was like a negative, so it's like adding 50% riot chance, I could be like, no, you're not going to show that. Instead, we're going to try and make people spend more. But if it's all green, to me, if it's green, I might as well just keep it how it is. Where's the ship I was meant to be escorting? It's going to reach its destination before we even catch up to it. Shit, there's a lot to think about in this game. We've just unlocked a ton of buildings. Unfortunately, we technically can't get to the steel, the soap, or the weapons yet because we're stuck behind this. Oh wait, I've just queued that to go into the middle of my island.
I was fairly sure.
Actually, that's done. Alright, that's unlocking the silos.
I know you're busy, but I've a favour.
In need of a nap, so gonna like. Cheers, dude. Thank you, Miss Squeak, for being around. Go get your nap. I don't blame you for needing a nap.
These are good times.
So my workers have
Happy as a sandboy. Will you
a
build
quest
us
for
another
us.
castle?
This worker's colleague seems to be causing his union a lot of trouble by revolting on the wrong date. He would like you to find him and disperse his one-man protest discreetly. So there is someone walking around. This dude is protesting on the wrong day.
Not bad.
And we got a steely-eyed steelsmith. Where's... So you can get... George. You rolled a 7. I'm afraid that you're not allowed to eat now. There's a fire somewhere. A pretty big fire. With fire stations, you can mobilise, which sends out an extra fire brigade. What I was saying was, for some quests you get specialised people. So the steely-eyed steelsmith, he affects the steelworks, weapon factory and heavy factory, giving it more production at a higher maintenance cost, but it's less attractiveness decrease. That's an average roll, yeah. Wow, Matt. You were just shy of crit failing as well. I hope our rolls get that bit better in the next session. I'm not gonna lie, some of our rolls were very questionable, to say the least.
Clean. So, a law abider.
We're just gonna ignore the fire.
How do?
So this quest wants us to put a silo. But I know to feed the silo, you need a grain farm. And I'm just gonna chuck one down like here. Used all the good rolls last night, yeah. That doesn't look very nice, I know this. But eventually, later on, we'll just reshuffle everything around because we'll have specialised trade unions for certain things. But this grain farm would probably feed, I think it's 3 or 4 silos. So it'll be useful. We don't have hops, so we can't actually finish this chain. But this is where it starts getting more complicated. So we'll need grain, which takes a minute, to feed into a malt house, which takes 30 seconds. So you'll need 2 grain farms to feed into the malt house. to be effective. To then feed into a brewery, which takes a minute, so you'll need 2 breweries to 1 malt house. But the brewery also needs hops, which takes a minute 30. So we would need 3 hops farms for every 2 breweries, if my calculations are correct and how I've remembered it. Once we put it down, we can go to the statistics screen anyway and just check that we're not over-consuming hops or anything. But this is where it gets more complicated, because we're going to have to put hops on this island and send it across. So George, when are you buying this game? Because it's amazing. Just before I end screen, I'll go to my other playthroughs and you can see what I've sort of done and achieved. I need to get that bakery up. We will also get the clay pit, and we'll get the 2 brick factories up in a bit. So yeah, this is going to be my worker district. Hopefully it's enough. No, sorry, that's my farmer district. This is my worker district. It will probably be increased, probably in a line here over to the river. Go on, lad, get him up. Look, I'll get it up, don't you worry. What are we missing here? We should be able to start that. Wool. How much wool do we have in stock? None. So I'm just gonna
Wake me up when you're ready.
I'm gonna pause the sales, because that way we'll get up for the boys. Jesus Christ. So yeah, if I pause the sail making, then we won't produce sails, and we'll just have an abundance of wool, especially for exploding some rocks, because everyone knows wool means rocks explode. We need to get it up for the boys. So we got 1 up for the boys. We just need to get just 1 more wood, and we can get it up. We've just doubled our brick production. Oil's very late game. We won't see that for a while. Wood is a key part of getting it up. Essential, really. Yeah. You can't get it up without wood. It's a fundamental of getting it up. I actually haven't checked the consumer. All right, so we're over-consuming fish, but easily fixed. I'm just thinking where I'll put another fish. This is going to go mental at me for a second, because I've just cut the road. And then fish, 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 fish. Oh, in the new update, in the old, before the last update, all harbour buildings had to be along the coast. Now, they don't have to be. So you could do something weird like something weird like this. And as long as it reached the warehouse, it's fine. So I might actually do this just because I can. So ideally, depending on how you place like fisheries and other harbour item buildings, you can fit a lot more now. We won't put depots down just yet. Most because I'm scared of your quote list being formatted differently. Oh, look, I'm not in control of my quote list, so you can format it however you want. And I know I'm getting away with a lot. But that's not my fault. I'm not going to stop playing just to quote myself. That's not something we do. Why would I quote myself, George? Have we unlocked the school yet? We need basically another 250. With every class, like new worker tier, there's more ornaments as well. So these don't these don't add anything except for beautifying the city, which we will use a lot of them later on. Just not quite yet because they cost money. And I don't have a lot of it.
Alas, my bowels
So if we do his
turn
quest,
afresh, and I must
we'll
beg
get
your
basically 5k, and we'll get an item for the trade union which we won't use. Oh, this is easy. Done. We're finally blowing up the rocks.
Who are all these busybodies? Blowing up rocks can't be that complicated.
A shame you can't appreciate the craft this requires. Never mind. The charges have been
Look, it's more amusing to catch you, George, with quotes than it is with me, so it's fine. Look at this dude running away.
Boom.
The island explodes. The game's over.
My apologies.
No, it's the same.
That
No.
is indeed impressive.
I find it much
Is
more
there
amusing to catch you out,
anything
George.
dynamite won't solve, I wonder.
A special edition for a special happening. This makes everybody happy.
Big blast in the mountain secures vital iron load for Ambition's Goad siblings. Venturing into warship manufacture for the monarch herself.
Iron into steel, steel into arms, and we shall have fulfilled our first royal commission.
Yes, what she said. This is where it gets even more complicated. Big splooge in the mountains. Exactly. You're getting it. Alright. So, an iron mine takes 15 seconds. A furnace takes 30 seconds. Steelworks takes 45 seconds. And charcoal kilns take 30 seconds. So, two of those to every one of those. But then I just guess on Steelworks because I can't be bothered to work it out. But I normally do like a 1-to-1 and it's just a bit slower. What I will do is I'm a madman. I'm gonna put down a trade union there. That will capture it. Doesn't the whole building doesn't have to be in. It's just the majority have to be in the pink circle. I try and do it so the warehouses, anything I don't want to be affected, is outside the circle. Could probably get away with putting it there. I'm not building all this straight away because it takes a lot of workers. I will need a warehouse for the mines. Thank you. I need... Mines can blow up. Basically, with most production buildings, there's a chance of fire. Fire or explosions. So, mostly always best to have everything covered. Actually, this can be moved because I don't need that there anymore. That's going to take 50 workers, which is fine.
There was a chance while your father still lived. Dragging it out now.
We need a charcoal kiln, which we'll put here. Eventually, because we can have coal deposits, but we need artisans to unlock it. And these take 15 seconds, so they match the iron. So eventually we'll get rid of the charcoal kilns and just replace it with mines. This area is being planned so that if we get specialised items that boost production, all these will just be boosted. We need a hell of a ton of workers now because the furnace takes 100 workers, we've only got 102. And still works takes 200. So it's time to bolster our population. Fish again. Basically it's the first 3 we're lacking. So we'll just pay for that.
Complete stop.
We'll unpause that.
Closure, did they?
And we'll start planning out silos, which basically doubles the production. So a sheep silo with a silo is basically the same as having 2 sheep farms without silos. So I will probably... I want to redesign it already. Because this with a silo will feed these 2 now. This one with the silo will feed these 2. I just need to actually be able to afford the silo.
A farm? We know
I
fields.
forgot to put... Or did I just not? I didn't build a 3rd one. We do have the wheat for this, right? Yes, so we've got enough wheat. So this one is technically feeding these 2. Once we get this silo, it's feeding those 2. I'm going to be risky and delete this one already.
We're taking every care.
Because once this one gets a silo, it will feed a sailmaker and a framework knitter, which is the work clothes.
We need something first.
Eventually we'll upgrade these so they can progress, work more things. But then they'll just slowly go. They'll just slowly happen. What else do we need to do? Schnapps. Alright, I'm gonna build... This is just getting messy here. But it'll be fine. This will probably end up going to this warehouse.
You're flourishing.
So that's fine now. Our main goal right now is to get the silo up so that we can actually work everything. Because as you can see, this is still at 100%. This one with the silo working, it's getting up to 200%. It's slowly getting up there. Let's turn it back to dawn because nighttime is very dark. We don't need to up the sausages yet, but when we do, we'll just add the silo and then the slaughterhouse. We've unlocked police stations, but the way I play, because I try and get everyone all their needs and all their happiness, the way I play, the majority of the time they're on very minimal riots. The only time I found there were riots is when the newspaper is like a big boost to riot chance. So yeah, we got iron coming, we've got charcoal coming in. Let's get the warehouse built, the fire station. I don't build trade unions or town halls just yet because they take influence, and we're very limited on influence. But the more we spend influence, the better stuff we get. So the more islands we get, if we get so much invested into expansion, all islands get a plus 50% workforce for farmers. So 350 workers basically, and plus and so on. But we'll get to that later on, because it's not something we're worried about, and you get influenced by higher population and investors later on. So we've got the warehouse. We can't get that just yet because we are workers.
Looks fair, but there's mould in the walls.
What do we need for that? 20 and 25. What I'll do is just... That's annoying. Just one house I need to upgrade there. And all these I'm just waiting so that they can be upgraded again. And then this will just be our sort of worker area. We'll have a church in here, as you can see the blueprints, and then a school in here. Let's see if there's any... Oh, I forgot to do this quest. See, quests are very easily forgotten. Luckily, the NPCs are very close to us. We're lacking wood to be able to produce anything. Let's plan out weapons as well. Just put that there. That might be covered. If not, I can rotate it and it should be covered. Does it feel like Friday for anyone else? I've felt like it's been Friday since yesterday. To be honest, I hardly know what day it is anymore. I just play games, eat, sleep, annoy George and repeat, really. Yeah, everything still merges, especially the fact that I'm not working yet.
Sheeps don't.
I don't know why they're queuing up. I'm not saying anything. I can, for example, say, alright, sell when above a certain limit. But at the moment, because everything's changing quite quickly. What did you just do? Was it because I was messing around? Is it finance? What is it? Where does it say? Passive trade. Yeah, he just bought one ton of workloads. Are you working tomorrow, Matt? Because I know it's Thursday. Because I'm working tomorrow. Yeah, I'm quite lucky where
Raised a settlement.
I'm not working still. So my sleeping pattern's going to shit. And I've got no sort of routine. But as soon as like work starts back up, I'll have a better sort of routine, and I'll sort of know what day it is roughly because I'll be working. Alright, here's our church. You work every weekday. Another reason why they all belong to one. Yeah. We'll get another 2 workers. I will start the furnace. Where is it? Here. What do we need? 4 timber. Well, 4 tons of timber.
You are trying, at least. I know Samuel wouldn't have given up.
So that will provide steel for us, which is an intermediate product. So we can't actually use steel. Steel is just used in everything else. Ow! I just pulled on my headphone cable. I think I start doing Monday to Friday starting next week. Yeah, see, my work doesn't start up till the next time Boris says things can open, so May. So it just sucks, really. I could find a new job, but I would like some decent money coming in first. I can like fast forward time. The good thing is every 2 hours this game will remind you that you've been playing for a long time. So the first after 2 hours it says you've been playing for 2 hours, how about a cup of coffee? I think 4 hours reminds you to eat or something, and I think 6 hours reminds you you've got a family, that you should go check on them because it's been a long time. So this game does have a setting which you can turn off, but it reminds you just how long you've been playing. So yeah, we're going to pollute the hell out of this island. This area is just going to be turned into a massive industrial zone, which is where all like the black smoke from chimneys are going to come from. I think I'll probably try and specialise this area into like farmland, and maybe this is just production buildings. So we shall see what happens. I just want to check all production stuff there. So yeah, I'm not sure how far into this game I'm going to play on stream, because it can be a very long game. Because what we've been going for nearly 2 hours, and we've only got 2 workers, but bear in mind the campaign slows you down quite a lot. I could up my wood production tenfold to make it go faster, but why should I? We just need to build steelworks, connect a silo to a warehouse and deliver grain. Oh, it wants us to complete this one. You gotta up that wood, my dude. But the problem is, you'll spend a lot of time, effort and area. So like wood, you need the area around it in grey, roughly, to be mostly clear. So it's a lot of area. And I've got, what, 2 going at the moment? Did I put down a third? Yeah, I put one down up here. I think... No, you can't have it with the charcoal stuff. I'll put an extra one down just for you lot. Just for the lads. And I'm pretty sure that will fit in there. That's fine. Yeah, it stays 100% and that will just feed into that. So just for the lads, I've got the wood up. We just gone past a population sort of a goal to get more influence. We will spend influence very quickly later on. We've surpassed a certain area. Oh, so yeah, my estimation of the school size was very large. So what I could do is place it like that and then have trees around it. I could place it like that and put 2 houses here. But for aesthetic looks, I might just place it like that. I normally pin these. And then I can just sort of put some trees around it. And some bushes. And then I will actually pay for them all. You can just see it just sort of makes it look a little bit nicer. I will end up putting trees in every of these sort of small patches. But trees get expensive. $75 or coins, whatever you want to call them, might not be much, but it sure adds up. Right, so our storage is 150 at the moment, which is alright. Do you have a quest for us? No. You do though. What have you got for us, madam?
I can't promise.
A delivery
Let
quest.
me know when you've done the deed.
We just dropped that off. Alright, these can't be upgraded because they're too far away from the marketplace. But a nice little trick
We look out for
is just to swap them over. These will lose a bit, but they're already upgraded, so it doesn't matter. This one should grow. It's because I disconnected it from the actual roadwork, so it's gone down a bit more than the others. What's wrong with you? Oh. Once I pave the roads, it'll be fine. See, it's looking a lot nicer when all the houses are the same style together. I just feel it's a bit odd when it's like you go from a farmer residence and then it's straight into a worker residence. We need to be careful because sausages are now being underproduced, so we're consuming more than we're producing. I'm trying to look for the sunset for you. I don't know where the sun is. Not the sausages exactly. So once we get to 20 wood, we're going to build that silo up. How you doing, Carl? Yeah, this is a very managed game. I need 4 timber. This gets... Where's this? This gets fairly complicated later on, but it is a very... I really enjoy it because it's very complicated in a way, but it hooks you in, this game. It's got a storyline and everything if you want to play that, or there's just a sandbox mode where you can just jump in and do your own thing. Yeah, they're just happy that I got a silo up and running. And if the silo stops working, it doesn't stop the building. You're good but tired and a little cheesed off? No! What's up, Carl? Why are you cheesed off? And as you can see, we're about to boom on the sausage market. This is our island, guys. We're going to go mental and just try and upgrade all this as well. I should upgrade the warehouses. Good old Willie has a quest for us.
Respect your betters.
He just wants us to pick up some items for him. And then I'm just going to queue it up so it picks up all three and then goes over to his ship. And then I can forget about it. Work related, some little shit has missed about 9 bins. Ah. So you're a bit pissed off at other people not being able to do their job. I would be too, mate. We need to get this silo working so we can get that. Later on, when we get oil, we can get oil into tractors which bolster farms. So it's the same as if an animal farm has a silo. If a farm that uses fields gets a tractor, it doubles production. But that's not for a long time now. So I'm going to put you there. I need snaps. If I turn it sideways, these fields can just sneak on out. That should sort of snaps out. Workflows, we just need to get the silo working to up that. Basically, yeah, and they ain't litter bins either, so they'll be heavy as fuck. Dude, it's terrible when you've got to pick up other people's slack at work. I'm at work in the moment, but I still know how it feels when you've got to pick up the slack. Look at our island. Ignore random buildings missing goods. We've got a big enough workforce to get steelworks going.
There is no shame in producing weapons if it is in defense.
So our main story quest wants us to build weapons. So we can build boats and military boats for the crown. But we will use some of the military weapons for ourselves. Because we got to defend ourselves. Luckily tomorrow will be an easy day. Done most of the route today. Nice. So at least it won't be as much of a stressful day tomorrow for yourself. Just 3 more like farmer townhouses to upgrade. And then just this corner over here. Plus this house. This isn't covered by a fire station, but I'm going to risk it. I'm I'm gonna risk that. This isn't covered either. I'll risk that as well. These are the most likely buildings that are gonna blow up. Plus the snaps are buildings that blow up quite a lot, so just the heavy areas of the main town in the north, Dogwood area.
They never gave me opportunity to show who I was.
I don't want to piss him off.
Quick, march!
So whatever he wants, I'll do. And then I'll just queue you once you finish your quest. See, my boat's picking up these three. He will drop over here, and then he will jump over to this boat. Because luckily in this game you can queue your boat to do several things, and you don't have to sit there and wait. Oh, I need to do the silo. That was important. Hopefully I won't need to build anything else for these 3 items. Silos have helped quite a lot. I think silos are a part of Bright Harvest DLC. So if you don't have the DLC, you just have to basically build a lot more sheep farms.
Look sharp, the governor's here.
But I'm pretty sure, Matt, you found, I think it was what, £31 or £32 for the base game plus DLC season 1 and 2, which is not bad at all, price wise. Yeah, something like that. So if you bought that, you would get basically everything you see on this game so far. What you wouldn't get is some cosmetics. I think you wouldn't get the amusement pack cosmetics, and I don't think you would get city lights. But these are just all ornaments, basically. Just something else to put on your island to make it look good. And the only thing you wouldn't get is the new DLC stuff, which is Docklands, which basically breaks the game in my opinion, because you basically overproduce one item to trade for another that you don't want to bother producing. But it is a very nice addition, so I'm not going to complain. And then there's a tourist DLC coming out later on this year, which is the next DLC to drop, which I've already pre-ordered. I pre-ordered season 3, so I can't wait for that. And then the third one, I think, is Skylights. It's like skyscrapers. So that's very late game stuff, which it will be interesting. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to that one. There's also a vote on Anno Union website for what next cosmetic DLC will be. There's a few. There's a circus cosmetic, there's a goth style cosmetic to vote on. There's cosmetics that change the variation of building, how they look, so it won't all just be the same sort of style. And there's New World cosmetics, so they're still adding a lot to this game. Alright, let's... At the moment we're just waiting.
Oh yes. Yes.
He's just paid us. And our ship is off to start. Glass half full. Alonso would like you to deliver some compensation to a woman in the area whose husband appears to have met with injury whilst working at a factory. So we just need to pick up something from his ship and deliver it. I know early on we bought the steel and wood to settle here, and we've not done anything with it yet. I think next stream of this we will probably settle a small farmer village here. Or down here, somewhere along this side. And then we'll set up hops. Hops to make beer. So we'll probably make 4 farms. Because what we've got to factor in is the time it takes for the ship to get from here to over here. Because the distance. But once we get a pier from artisans, I might put one here, just so the time is a lot shorter. Because earlier I said we'd need 3 hops farms for 2 breweries, but that's without the travel time. So we need to overproduce hops a little bit more, just to compensate. And then in addition, we'll use this island for the red pepper fertility, as well as the fur. I'm not even sure where I'm going to have my main island anymore. Because
never escape yourself.
Because this will need fur in lots of farms.
Great rainbows made of gold.
Okay, let's see where he wants us to go. He wants us to take a sinister looking stake to a woman on a ship. Doesn't sound... There's nothing dodgy about that.
Pull up your braces and thrust into the unknown. Hey, Roger.
I'll say yes, but I'm not convinced I will do well at this destruction quest. Alright, let's see if we can upgrade the last of these farmers. We can. Look at our worker village now. The only thing we're missing is the school. Plus soap. Alright. We'll blueprint out the soap. So it's a 1-to-1 to... No, it's a 2 pig farms to 2 rendering works to 1 soap factory. But because we've got silos... we technically only need 1 pig farm. I just need to leave the space for the silo. So this should be able to feed into both of these, which then feeds into this soap factory. And let's just check. Alright, wheat is fine, but if we do any more silos, we need another wheat farm.
You have a conscience.
I don't know why our relationship with him has improved.
Stay good. You're still excrement.
So yeah, we've done his quest. We need to go destroy that. So we'll just send the ship over whilst we finish well, we've done blueprinting. I did the soap factory before the second rendering just so we can start the production chain going. But we've got the resources now. What does this person want? From Graves? What could it... No, William, no, please no, not my William. What inhuman monster would send only his torso? Wait. We sent the torso? We basically delivered the woman's husband's torso to her. Wow, okay, that's some dark shit there. I thought we were just delivering some really bad meat to her. Turns out we were delivering a threat more. Yikes. Alright, so we'll start building our first ship, a schooner. You can slowly see it sort of being built, which is really nice, sort of small addition to this game. Like the detail they've put into this game is incredible. And we'll start providing the bulk order. We can't do the gunboat or the... what was the other one? The frigate. Because we don't have weapons. Our gunboat... our ship should be stronger than theirs. I'm trying to get our ship in front of it or behind it, just so it can't fire. Because all the ships have certain areas where they fire from. A gunboat can only shoot from the front going forwards. So if you want to destroy a gunboat, just be side on or behind it. Frigates, if you get in front of it or behind it, it can't fire.
Deep down, I know you're a tattletale.
Right, that's the pirate. She just called us a tattletale. We still got another hour and 7 minutes of a ceasefire. The way to befriend a pirate is get them to declare war on you, and then you start paying them off with ceasefires. The amount you pay decreases over time because they like you more. And with Anne Harlow, I know once it's around 45 to 50, you can ask for peace, and normally you can ask straight away for a quest or not an alliance, a trade right.
Aye, the bigwigs have the way.
And if you can, flatter the pirate. And I'll always
deals with seals.
I'll try and offer them gifts as well, just to increase the how much she likes us. Because once you get trade rights with the pirates, you can get cool pirate ships you can buy off them. You can get specific items that only the pirates sell as well. Like they sell gold, which is very useful later on if you don't want to produce gold yourself. What do we need to do? We need 20 steel for the school.
We earned this.
Right, so our worker population is going up because soap has come in.
Ship constructed.
That was fast.
Stations.
But it's not ours, we're going to sell it. What I will do is switch these two rounds. This just increases our storage by 50. Alright, so our newspaper, compared to settle on an island, it does nothing. It just tells people they settled. We're a financial powerhouse because we're in positive money. If we're in red, negative money, it'll be -5 happiness, I think. And then we've got an increase of settlers. So, Anaholics, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing well, thank you. Hope you're doing well today. We're not trading, we're selling.
Time of it. Don't tell me I've missed. I am quite penetrated by your kindness.
Willie has a quest for us.
Look in my eyes.
He's going to give us 4.2k and Greek fire.
Very punctual, please.
Where's the floats? See, this is what is really weird to me. Is he wants me to pick up this floatsman, which is right next to his ship. So we're just gonna pick it up to travel like a couple of 100 yards. Let's just have a look at Willie's island. So he's got workers and farmers. Settled. His like town is right on top of like the oil springs, which to me is a bit weird. I always like seeing how they lay out their island. I don't think he's got anything else yet. Because each of the NPCs seem to have a different way they try and settle their island. So we've got soap set up. We need a weapons factory.
I find myself looking up to you, as the
which
youngest
is
often will.
taking our steel. No, yeah, iron bars. Is it iron bars? No, it is steel. So yeah. The next stage will be building that school.
Greetings, fellow wizard. My talent is already rubbing off on you.
We will bring the Greek fire back here. Glad to hear you're doing fantastic, Alcoholics. I'm assuming your name is based on your love of Anno games. Just a small hint coming on from there. Yeah, glad to hear you're doing well. I think our next goal will be getting the school constructed, because then it's all the basic needs for the workers, which then we can upgrade them to artisans. You're good at guessing. Look, it was a wild allegation there. Not much to go on, but yeah. Have you played any of the other Anno games? Because Anno 1800 is the only one I've played. But I've been told 1404 is good. And is it 2070 is pretty good. But I've not got around to playing them myself. You've played a few? Nice. I'm absolutely in love with this game. So yeah, I normally play it off stream. I've got 2 games at the moment off stream. One I've got 2 Scholars, which I kind of stopped playing because I was like, I'm going to play a new one, a new campaign, and I'm just going to destroy the NPCs by basically conquering all the islands before they can. So I'm slowly doing that one off stream, but I thought I'll do one on stream. Why not? I'll do the actual campaign all the way through, because normally I don't actually finish the campaign at all, because I normally do sandbox mode. You love 2070, but 1800 is better. I have found that a lot of people seem to prefer 1800, so I will probably give the rest a go. What are you missing?
I'll do.
What's going on with... That's equal, so I don't know why it's missing anything. I think it's just slow at getting there. But I have sort of gathered that 1800 is the better one of the Anno games from everyone. We will probably need a lot more workers. And I'm going to need to... where do I put the artisans? I feel they'd need their own area. I might actually move this stuff and maybe put the artisans here. Because I feel like artisans look good on like cliff edges, near the river, more scenic area. Anno is getting better with every DLC, it really is. I had a couple of months away from Anno, and they dropped Docklands, and when I've come back and messed around with Docklands, it's changed the way you play completely. So yeah, 2 regular DLC packages in the pipeline as well, yeah. I'm looking forward to their tourist one, because I think that's going to add a lot to the game. Sort of mid to late game, because I don't see it being early. I see it fitting with maybe artisans starting off, maybe engineers. But yeah, Docklands changed basically the way I play, because I try and cut out specific production lines. Docklands it is way overpowered, I do agree. But they say you need it for later DLC. Yeah. Each DLC works without the others, but I think they've worked it so well that they work together even better. Yeah, Docklands, I normally end up getting rid of fish, schnapps, work cloves, sausages and bread, and just import it in. Or I have an island, or I think my plan on this playthrough is I'll probably have an island producing all that and just distributing it. I'm not sure where I'm going with this playthrough just yet. We will have to see. Where's our ship? Let's drop that off. We'll probably will never use that. Madam Kahuna has a quest, a delivery quest. She wants us to pick up some stuff from her ship. Whilst we're here, what's she got to sell? I'm not going to buy anything from her. Red pepper fertility. Hops fertility. You can buy a Sunday roast from her. Eli is the one I normally buy from most. Because he sells people which provide possible good
Think of it
benefits.
See you on the other side.
See, he wants us to pick up floatsmen, which are 1, 2. The third one's here. Okay. We'll do Madame Keena's first. The high-rise DLC will probably make it possible to have huge amounts of investors online, so you need a lot of products. Yeah. See, normally when I get to investors, I'll get to probably 10,000, or if I've already laid out sort of a specific layout for a town hall, I'll fill it up. So I'm over 10,000 investors, but I normally don't try and go for a whole, like a massive amount of investors. I normally go for the bare minimum and then just try and build up another sort of island. But yeah, Docklands is insane of how much money you can make. Where are we delivering this to? What we'll do is we will queue up to go there, there, and then there. So Eli should ask us whether we want to hand something in way before it sets off again. But yeah, with Docklands, it's crazy where you can have stuff import on one island. You can ship it over to another and then sell it. Well, technically not sell it, but you can transfer it again. Or you just import stuff to sell. Docklands really has changed everything. We're just upgrading warehouses, gives it an extra ramp. I don't think any of the other warehouses really need it.
What kind of town don't have a warehouse?
We're just gonna dump a warehouse right on top of it. You calculate that you could probably can have way more than 1 million investors with just Docklands trade, so not a single production line needed. Oof, wow. So yeah, like I said, I don't normally boost the amount of investors I have over 10k, because that's all you need for the World's Fair. But I've got an offline game going at the moment where I'm going to turn Crown Falls into basically a production island where all the production is there. Everything in the old world is just, all the on-zone in the old world are just cities, and everything just gets shipped in from Crown Falls. We'll see how that goes. It should work out, especially with Docklands boosting it all. So But for today's stream, I think what we're going to do is just wait until we get to 20 steel, and then we'll call it there. We'll build the church, and we'll call it there. And then next stream we'll aim to get our first artisans. We will go on our first expedition to the New World to unlock a new session. Because if we go out to this screen, our only session at the moment is the Old World. We'll send an expedition across the ocean to the New World. Very later on, we'll unlock Crown Falls next. Cape Trelawney. Where we'll either make our... We might make Crown Falls our main island. Or we could just make it production. And then we've got the Arctic and Embessa, which will be proper late game. I'm still not amazing at either of them.
Ready to... Justice served.
Right, it's just we got 4.3k from Eli. Arctic, I'm fine with like the first piece of land you get, setting it all up, getting the airships, fine. It's when you've got to produce everything to then support settlements on the ice shelves. That's where I sort of struggle, and then I normally end up just buying stuff from the trader, shipping it in, producing the items needed, and then shipping it up to the ice shelf, and just hoping it works. Embessa, I only played for the first time recently, and I had fun with it. I messed up one of the storylines because in Embessa you can actually mess up the storylines, because you're meant to unite everyone together. And I united 2 out of 3. I can't remember who it was that I messed up, but they got exiled. So hopefully in this playthrough we can do it well and unite everyone, or we just go full industrial zone, industrialize in better. We'll see when we get there, but that's going to be way off. I'm going to sort of delay that quite a bit. Our ship should be moving. Yep. And this should be Madame Kahina's quest. You don't have a quest. You just want us... He just wants us to sell him ships. Can we make any? We're just missing weaponry. So yeah. Later on it gets a lot more complicated. Not just production chains times you've got to figure out. Once we unlock the New World, we've got to have items from the New World coming over to the Old World, because the artisans need rum from the New World. And then certain people in the New World want stuff like sewing machines. That's only made in the Old World. So you've got to have stuff transferring across sessions. So it starts to get a bit more complicated. But if you work it out, as long as you're producing more than you actually need, and then you set minimums and stuff in statistics, you're fine. It'll all be fine. Right, we nearly got our 20 steel. Do we need anything else? 2.5k. We've got 25 bricks. We've got 20 wood or timber, shall I say? We've got. It's just the steel beams, and then our school can be built. We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait, chat. How long can it be? It can only be, what, 45 seconds? Yeah, it should only be... Oh, there we go. Let's get rid of that.
It's no bright sands, but it really is something.
And then that's our school. all the kids playing. They've got balloons. I never had balloons when I went to school. But yeah, and that's that. What I might do is, because I don't know what the full campaign storyline is, I'll probably try and get artisans up here. We'll travel to the New World, get that set up, and then have everything shipped back and forth, sorted. If we need, we'll then put engineers probably. So artisans, I roughly estimate maybe here, sort of this section, and then have engineers maybe wrapping around them. And then we'll just ditch using this clay deposit, and we'll move it up all the buildings we want up here. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to visualize where I want stuff. Or I could put engineers here, and depending on what I use this for, because I think some production lines don't look good near certain villages and that. So yeah, that's the end of this Anno stream. I will just show you, if Mr. Rothy and Skyline are still paying attention here, I'll just show you what endgame sort of style cities could look like. No way am I sort of saying that I say it looks the best or amazing, but I think it looks good. And I'll just give you a quick look at how complex the game can actually be. This is where the game might lag a bit because I've got a lot going on. And in no way am I an efficient Anno player. I just get stuff I just get it to work and leave it at that. I don't mess with stuff. Come on, game. Ah, it was Caduceus Anatolia I didn't get with everyone else in Embessa. I failed her quest line in a way. So yeah, I'm going for a massive museum and stuff. But this is Crown Falls, so this is like the easy map. So this is like my farmer and worker district. A lot of my farmers are actually based here, but you get commuter peers which share your workforce. So this is like my big promenade. My only artisan district. So my artisan district is very small. Workers are massive. Workers use a lot. Engineer district with a bank.
I feel an integral.
Why are you at 39? This is Scholars and Research Institute, which is basically endgame stuff. Investors. A palace. I got all my production around the back with a massive railroad going around. My oil, and like I've put like brick walls around everything, just sort of. You only have scholars and engineers in Crown Falls. Yeah, I kind of, once I got out here, I literally just made this my capital and everything. You can see how bad my my starting island is. I got to this point in engineers and then just went to Crown Falls. You can mix workers and farmers together because their needs are roughly all the same. Workers just need a bit more. Artisans,
a future
like if you just have a look here, workers need market, fish, work clothes, sausages, bread. Artisans, they cut off parts of it, and they just start. They need sausages, bread, soap, school as the worker stuff, and then they have their own needs as well. So I find it's best. See, the game's lagging a bit now. Because engineers have all their own needs as well. Most of the needs sort of overlap slightly. You see my airship. If I go over to... see. This is where it starts to tank my PC. Because I've got a lot going on in this game file. We can do this game. Come on. I believe in you. We're only going to the New World. The New World is where we'll be going next, and I kind of did a very quick job of the New World in this game file. Because my Docklands, we are hella producing rum. We are overproducing rum.
Many previous expeditions.
I won't bother doing that. This is the Arctic. The name says it all. It's the Arctic. This is where we get airships.
I'm warm enough.
And this relies on the old world quite a lot. And then a very late game is in Bessa. Which you've got to, because it's basically Africa, you've got to sort of do loads of canal systems. In no way this is how I wanted Bessa to go for me either. But you can see the mess that is my trade routes as well. This is how complex it starts getting. I've got stuff moving everywhere. So we're only scratching the surface with our first stream. This is Docklands. This is the latest DLC. As you can see, like, I'm exporting rum at the highest quality. And I'm trying to get in a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's what the game ends up looking like later on, depending on how you like to design your cities and that. The only way to learn it is by looking up stuff. With the Anno wiki helps a lot. I failed a lot of my games where I got to artisans, did the New World stuff, and then I crashed and burned upgrading to engineers because I hadn't actually sorted out the artisans well enough for their needs, and then my economy just tanked. So it's a lot of learning. We'll get to madness when you get to steam carriages in the top of the pyramid. Yeah. In this one, I was going for an alcohol, so I did have snaps and beer up here, and then I was getting champagne up as well. But then it just wasn't being as efficient as I wanted it to, so I was trying to get jewelry, pocket watches, advanced weapons is decent, and I was aiming to get steam carriages. I had to actually try and get more production of steam carriages to be able to get it up, but I've sort of stopped playing the save file for now because I'm trying to do some mad crazy stuff in another one. But yeah, we're gonna end it there. We're gonna go raid someone. Who are we gonna go raid? Who's online? Who's online? We're gonna go raid Anna, who's playing God of War. Alright. Go check her out. She's very lovely. She hangs out in our streams quite a bit. We will probably be back on Anno next Thursday. I'm going to try and keep it like a Thursday theme. Where Thursdays are going to be like city builders or that sort of genre of game. So Anno's going to be here for quite a while. And it will go up on YouTube if you've missed the stream, or I'm going to highlight the VOD, so if you've missed part of the game, or part of the stream, you can watch it back. Let me just make sure I can actually spell Anna's username correctly. It's actually my latest follower. So yeah, you can get 1/4 of your Steam carriages as profit every cycle. You have 16,000 storage capacity in Crown Falls, so that is just on Crown Falls 4,000 Steam carriages. Ooh, yeah. My production lines at the moment for the end game is basically just for the needs. I'm not overproducing too much. Luckily, I've got Mr. Garrick, who's providing people with pocket watch and jewelry, so I'm actually overproducing that just because their needs are filled. But yeah, we will be back with Anno next Thursday. Tomorrow is Friendship Friday. We'll be playing Fall Guys, I believe. Saturday we'll be playing Sea of Thieves. Sunday I won't be streaming, and then Monday's a new week. You can join my Discord or follow my Twitter, or just give me a follow on Twitch if you want to get notifications of when I go live. I try and update the Twitch schedule so it is roughly correct of what I'm playing and when I'm streaming, so just keep an eye on that as well. Let's give Anna a raid. Go give her a follow, or just go give her a nice raid and give her a bit of a surprise. She's playing God of War. And I will catch you all later. See, the game is tanking a little bit again. And again, thank you all for being around, for sticking around, for talking and everything. Just remember, you guys are awesome. Alright? Peace out.